Yes, I've known the guy we're about to meet here for 35 years. And most of those years I was working bars, doing trivia, and he would stand next to me. And we had a common interest in the Beatles and the Indians, and that was it. That was about all it took. We talked about the Beatles and the Indians for 35 fucking years. And then he called me on the phone and said, "Hey, would you introduce me?" I said, "Yeah, of course." But normally in that case, people would say, "I never would have thought he would be up here doing a show of his own." Well, that's not true. I absolutely knew he was going to go into entertainment. I knew he was going to be in the world of entertainment because all those 35 years that he stood next to me, I figured out this afternoon, probably around 2,000 bar gigs. He would be there at the end of the night, as the night would end and everyone would leave, and I would tear everything down, and I would put everything in the car, and not once did he ever carry one goddamn thing to the car. At that point, I should have known. This man knows what entertainment is all about. You gotta be ridiculously talented and ridiculously lazy. He comes from a sewer on the south side. He gives a brand new meaning to the word lowlife. Ladies and gentlemen, put them together, let's welcome Nick Rango!
Yeah, I'll get it.
Give it up for Rango!
Boy, what the fuck with all these lights? I feel like Stevie Wonder. I can't see a thing. I hear you, but I can't see you. Well, anyway, two firemen are butt-fucking in a smoke-filled room. Fire chief comes running in and goes, "What the hell's going on here?" The one fireman looks up and goes, "This man's got smoke inhalation, sir." He goes, "Well, why don't you try mouth-to-mouth resuscitation?" He goes, "How the hell do you think this thing got started in the first place?" Hey, do you know what the opposite of Christopher Walken is?
What?
Christopher Reeves. That's why I'm a lowlife. Anyway, anybody like golf? No. Any golfers out there? Yeah. Let me hear you. Yeah. Well, this one golfer goes in the confession. He goes, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." He goes, "I committed profanity on the golf course." And the priest goes, "Why don't you tell me about it, my son?" He goes, "Well, my first drive of the day, it went 400 yards down the fairway. It was going right for the green. At the last second, it hooked right and landed in the water." He goes, "Is that when you committed the profanity?" He said, "No." He goes, "My third shot of the day went 450 feet down the fairway, was going right for the green, hit a tree and fell 8 inches short of the green." He goes, "Is that when you committed the profanity?" He said, "No." The last shot of the day, my shot went 500 yards, went right for the green, landed right on the green, landed 6 inches from the hole. The priest said, "You done blowed a fucking putt." Now I like to imitate everything. I like to imitate anybody that's ever played golf. Fuck! Well, anyway, I just talked to my dad a few weeks ago, and he said, "I work out 5 times a week. What have you done productive?" I said, "Well, last week I just wrote 5 new jokes about my dick. Very small jokes, let me tell you." And, you know, I hate to say it, but my dad, he hated me from the time I was a kid. And he used to always say, "Why don't you be more like the neighbor kids?" Problem is, I grew up next to an abortion clinic. And I hate to say my dad was an asshole and cheated on my mom, but when the tooth fairy came and put $1 under my pillow, he fucked her. Asshole. And you know how many you know how guys like to film the birth of their first child? My dad had to be different. He filmed my conception. And I hate Christmas because he shows that video to the whole fucking family. But my favorite part of the video is when he gives my mom $20 at the end of the act, because anyone that can get $20 out of that type bastard's doing their job. Way to go, Mom. I must say, my girlfriend has a friend that's a phone sex operator. You'd think she would give me a discount because I'm her friend. But I tried calling one of those 1-800 sex lines. I got a woman that stuttered. It cost me $1,000 to hear her say hello. And I just don't got that kind of money. I grew up in a very strong Italian background. And my family led me to believe that Jesus was Italian and was part of the first mob family. But here are the facts. Who was his father? God, Godfather. When Jesus would get pissed at everyone, what would he say? Hey, you know who my father is? He'll come down here and take care of all yous. If Jesus would get pissed at you, he'd whack you, bring you back, and whack you again. St. Michael, he was the muscle of the family. He fought the devil in his army. No one else would have been any problem. And what they have at the Last Supper? Bread and wine. That's Italian. Makes sense to me. I don't know about you guys. And through the years, I've had absolutely no luck with women. I know you find that hard to believe. Just look at me, you know. I mean, the other day I got out of the shower and looked at myself naked and I said, man, I am a legend in my own mind. I mean, I got everything. What woman wouldn't want this? I got big boobs and a small penis. And my tits don't sag, ladies. But anyway, I've absolutely had no luck with women. I met a girl on the internet once that wanted to have phone sex, and I'll tell you what, I'll never do it again, because you know how it hurts to stick this thing up your ass? Then I got to reach around, and now I got shitty reception. It's terrible. Thank you. Thank you for laughing at my pain. And I was engaged at one time, and that was a big mistake. The worst thing I did was move in with her. She'd bitch about everything. The first time we made love, she said, Rango, I didn't know your organ was so small. I said, oh yeah? I didn't know I had to plan such a big auditorium. One time for my birthday, she came out wearing nothing but whipped cream and a cherry in the middle. I said, oh, that's great. She ate the whole fucking cake. And one time, she came out of the bedroom and she said, honey, I want to try something different tonight. I want to have a threesome. And I said, oh yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. This is everything I dreamed of. Next thing I know, I hear her knock at the door. It's her friend or friend's boyfriend. And my girlfriend gave me the video camera and told me to tape the whole thing. And, well, I was lucky enough to meet a girl at my old age. We just celebrated our 6-month anniversary. And she's been saying she's been wanting to spice up our sex life. I said, okay, what the hell? So the last time we had sex, he said, I want you to give me 12 inches and hurt me. So I fucked her 3 times and hit her head with my baseball bat. You do the math. And then she said, I'd like a doggy style. What I didn't know she meant was she wanted to watch while I fucked her dog. Now he bitches I call and text too much too. I got picked on when I went to school. I got beat up for my lunch money every day. Until one day I looked at my mom and I said, Mom, you're gonna have to pack Dad a lunch before I go to work. Before he goes to work. I was homeschooled. And I grew up an only child, so when I had a bad day at school, or I had no one to play with, I'd go in my room, lock myself in my room, and beat myself up. That's a masturbation joke if you didn't get it. Honestly, I don't masturbate that much. That's why I don't have chinky eyes. Anyone see the new Three Stooges movie? No one saw the new Three Stooges movie yet? I got to thinking, could you imagine Curly as a porn star? You see him in bed with a girl and all of a sudden he has an orgasm. You know what that would sound like? That would really be weird. And Mo would be going, just stick it in, you knucklehead. And the most unlikely duo you'd ever probably see in a porn movie would probably be Rocky and his manager, Mickey. You'd see Mickey bent over to bed and Rocky going, hey, Mick, you sound a lot like the penguin when I'm fucking you up the ass. And Mick going, what do you mean I sound like the penguin, Rock? Just stick it in. Thank you. And anybody a fan of the superhero movies?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Christopher Reeves was alive today and played the role of Superman? The narration at the beginning of the movie would probably sound like this. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, but he can't ride a frickin' horse. What, too soon? I like to call this famous last words of people who died. The captain of the Titanic. Fuck the women and children. I'm getting the hell out of here. Sonny Bono. What tree? John Lennon to Yoko. No, Yoko, you go first. Abraham Lincoln. I'm the president of the United States. Can't we get better seats than this? Jackie Kennedy to President Kennedy. Jack, my dress, goddammit. Anne Frank. What's that cooking in the oven? Oh, it's my family. What, and I'm next? And the king of rock and roll, Elvis. I got a hunker. I got a hunker. Ugh. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the bathroom. Thank you. Anyone like classic TVs?
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I was a fan of the Brady Bunch. I admit it. You know, I know it sounds gay, but I was a fan of the Brady Bunch. But I always found the theme song of the Brady Bunch confusing. The first line, like, here's the story of a lovely lady. Who were they singing about, Florence Henderson or Robert Reed? And the dumbest character ever on a sitcom, that had to be the professor of Gilligan's Island. I mean, anyone that can take 2 pieces of rope and make a nuclear reactor and can't fix a goddamn hole in the boat's got to be fucking stupid. I wrote this poem, and it's a takeoff on the ZZ Top song, which reminds me, I read in Rolling Stone magazine, ZZ Top was offered $50,000 a piece to shave their beards. Hell, for $50,000, I'd have Michael J. Fox shave my ass with a butcher knife. Well, anyway, the poem goes, small shoes, sweatpants, always worth a second glance. Tight shirt, too small. I could barely walk the frickin' mall. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl crazy about a short, fat man. Fried chicken, pizza pie. I eat too much, I think I'm gonna die. No date, masturbate. I'm too frickin' fat to fornicate. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl crazy about a short, fat man. All black, dark shades. These crazy chicks think I got it made. Chick jokes, bad taste. A sick mind is a terrible thing to waste. They come running just as fast as they can. Every girl crazy about a short, fat man. Now, but anyway, you guys have been a great audience. I love you all and thank you all for coming out. I got to thank all the comedians for doing their part. I got to thank Fro for doing her part. If it wasn't for Fro, this wouldn't have happened. And I want to thank the Lemon Grove. You guys have been a great audience. Thank you.